lose a bunch of weight, and then the second you stop it, you just gain all your weight back, or you make a bunch of gains, and right after you stop the diet, you go right back to what you were before, then that diet isn't worth it. Howdy, everybody. If you look around today, our border is all blue. And that is because we're talking about blue zones. Dr. Tom, do you know anything about blue zones?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking up flights right now. I'm gonna fly me and the wife out to one. I really want to live forever, and I don't think the flight's gonna be that bad.
So, do you want to explain blue zones? Do you want me to get into this a little bit, or what do you think?
It's only $1,000, Aaron. I can afford it. Sorry. More importantly, blue zones are places in the world where it is believed that you can live longer. Certain areas in the world that are supposed to elevate you to an older age.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah. So I guess, is that true? Is it debunked? Why are we even talking about this right now? What's going on here?
Well, we're all talking about longevity. The goal is to live as long as we possibly can and be as healthy for as long as that we can, and allow us to keep moving. And there is a myth that there are certain areas in the entire world that you can stay and live there, and you can live longer than the rest of the world. These areas include places like Okinawa and Sardinia, which are, really nice places to live. But the reality is it's not true. The research that they have on these places, it doesn't stack up. And Aaron, why is that?
So it turns out that there were a lot of people who were recorded to be 110, 115, however old it was, and unfortunately, they passed away. So the records would look like there's people that are very old, but they died years and years before. So it looked like the average age in those areas was actually higher than it was, because you have those 110, 115-year-old people that aren't actually around. So
Fraud.
Yeah. It's actually
people were committing fraud, making it look like these people actually lived longer. What's the easiest way to make money off of grandma after she passes? Is you don't tell the government that she did. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true. There's people out there who are just kind of, gross, and they try to make money off of relatives who have passed. And, it's sad, unfortunate situation that has to come to that. But that's going to 100% skew the results when there's a bunch of grandmas and grandpas living to 110, 115 plus in these blue zones.
Yeah, and it's something, too, that why would you even think to check that? I think if I had never heard about a bunch of these stories before, I might just be like, oh, I guess that person's pretty old. That's interesting. I probably wouldn't think twice about it.
I don't know about you, Aaron, but I remember when I was a kid, Facebook was the big thing, and everything would always pop up on there. And I remember seeing a picture of a really old woman. I don't know if she was living in a blue zone. I wish I could go back to young me and say, hey, save that. You're going to run a podcast in the future. Anywho, I remember saying oh, this is one of the world's oldest women. She's currently 108 years old. And looking back, I'm like, that might have been false. It could be. She could have passed, and they were just passing it off because they're like, oh no, the government is wondering if she's alive. And here's a picture of her.
Yeah, and that's a total different rabbit hole, but people, could just not know their actual birth date. They could.
It happens.
Oh, I'm 50. Oh no, you're actually 45. or vice versa. Oh, I'm 50. Oh no, you're actually 55. You're way older than you think you are, and there's just no way of actually knowing for sure. Every once in a while in the NBA, you have a player that's either foreign or domestic, I guess, and people are like, "Is that guy really as old as he thinks he is, or he says he is?" And everyone's like, "Well, whatever, he'll play." And then it just doesn't really matter in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. So, all in all, blue zone, it's a myth. Beautiful places to go visit, Sardinia, Okinawa. there's other places you can look up and figure out where the blue zones are said to be, but beautiful places to go and visit. But moving there, living there, isn't necessarily going to guarantee you a longer life. Um, so take that with as much as you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, sir, you want to lead off on our next myth of the day?
Yeah, so we're going into intermittent fasting. Is it a cheat code? Does it work? Does it improve your health? Can it help you live longer, stay healthier longer? The myth behind it right now, and that we might debunk or agree with, is going to be restricting your eating window to 8 hours to slow your aging. Now, Aaron, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so this, if you don't know what it is exactly what Dr. Tom just said. You restrict your eating window to 8 hours. So you're only allowed to eat within those 8 hours. Anything outside of that, you're not allowed to eat. And some of the theory behind it is that fasting window of math, 16 hours is going to be enough for your body to go into almost like a starvation and then start, I guess, feeding on fat, making cells work more efficiently. And honestly, to me, it is something that a lot of people use to lose weight, and it's effective for them. I don't know if I think it's a good thing to do for your entire life. I mean, for one, if you're not disciplined, it doesn't matter if you only eat in 8 hours. If you eat 10,000 calories in 8 hours, so for that, it's not really the best, and it's like it's really just not that crazy to me when you think about it. If you eat breakfast at 9 o'clock, then eat dinner at 5, it's like you sort of did an 8 hour window unintentionally. And for someone like me, that's actually pretty common. So I'm not the biggest fan. What do you think, Dr. Tom?
Um, it's a tool. It's not a sustainable diet, I would say. It's something that you can do here and there. Um, to maybe help promote your body to jumpstart some weight loss. Obviously, doing some intermittent fasting puts your body in what is believed it's the starvation mode. Um, it puts you in a calorie deficit for the first beginning of the day until you break that fast. So your body is going to attempt to run off of the fats and the calories that it has at hand until you introduce the food. Now there's a safe way that you have to do this. Is one you Before anything, I always tell people, like, if you're not familiar with it, talk to your doctors about it. Make sure that it's safe for you. Make sure, like, if you're on medication, some medications need to be taken with food. So before attempting it, get it cleared with your doctor if you're unsure about it. And if you do it, make sure that you're doing it in a safe manner. You don't want to restrict your hours of eating so much. You want to make sure that you're still getting enough for the day. There's still a minimum requirement that your body needs in order to survive while still losing weight. And a lot of people, I feel like, who attempt these like fad diets tend to undershoot their actual calories they need. So we're looking to get into a calorie deficit and limit our food intake and snacking times. So you don't want to, go from like, oh, having 5,000 calories a day to suddenly dropping yourself to 750 calories in a day. Like that's going to really shock your body. That's going to stress it out. You're going to cause inflammation rather than trying to take the inflammation away. So again, it's a great tool to use, but you need to know how to do it appropriately and safely. So that's what I feel about it.
Yeah, and I think to just go a little bit more into diets just in general, I think it's better to do like a lifestyle change, like a something that you do for a short term isn't going to help you in the long term if you can't stick to it. Like if let's say you try intermittent fasting or a vegetarian diet or a carnivore diet or keto or whatever and you lose a bunch of weight and then the second you stop it you just gain all your weight back or you make a bunch of gains and right after you stop the diet, you go right back to what you were before, then that diet isn't worth it. Like actually finding things that make your body feel well and move better. One, I guess, type of diet I heard of from a guy called Swolenormous. He's a nut, but he means well. He comes across very vulgar, but he makes some good points every once in a while. But the elimination diet is something he talks about, and it's basically you try foods sort of like testing out one at a time. You try a new food, how does your body feel? If you feel terrible, don't eat it. Or it could be like you have a normal diet and you feel like, oh, something's making me feel not so good. Let's try to take something out and see if I feel better. For example, extreme example is you go into a fast food place, you eat a burger, nuggets, fries, hot dog, even though there's not a lot of hot dogs in fast food, the story for another day. But you're going to feel like garbage after that. And especially if you eat it every day, your body becomes acclimated to it. But if you take that stuff out, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel more energetic. You're not going to feel as sluggish. So something like that, finding those foods that it could be something like maybe you're lactose intolerant and don't even know it, and you're drinking a bunch of milk and you have the smelliest toots in the world. It could be something. It could be something little like a certain food makes you feel like bloated or thick or something like that, and you cut it out and you actually feel a lot better. So it is trial and error, but it probably is a more efficient in the long run to make you feel better when you do stuff. And then last but not least,
without a doubt.
Yeah. Last but not least, I'm on a soapbox, Dr. Tom. I got to continue. Moderation is always a big thing too. Just because just because a food is bad doesn't mean you can never have it again. It just means don't go crazy. Have it every once in a while. Today, my wife made some cheesecake bites and they were delicious and they were super unhealthy. But you know what? I ate some, and I'm not gonna lose all gains I've ever made just because I had some nice sweet desserts.
You should lose sleep about it. Feel bad about it.
No,
I'm kidding. You should also enjoy yourself in moderation. Everything is moderation when it comes down to it. You're allowed to eat. You're allowed to enjoy food. And if you're trying to live longer and be healthy, enjoy things in moderation, because things that make you happy are going to help you live longer too. Now, too much of certain things are going to make you, maybe make you a little bit of a tubbers. Me and Aaron have been that before, so we're allowed to say that. But overall, it's all about moderation. And the same thing with intermittent fasting. It's like when you do it, you want to make sure that it's done right. Is it going to make you live longer, like the myths say? Is it going to make you healthier? I'll go and say when done right, it can make you healthier. It can definitely be a good kickstart to a healthy diet, some healthy habits and everything too. But long term, it's not going to make you live longer. It's just one of those tools that you use in a short period of time to help you kickstart some really good habits. And then after that, just go to your normal eating, watch your calories, watch what you're intaking, make sure they're whole foods, stay away from processed stuff. But with that being said, Aaron, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I think that's it, sir. I think we can wrap it up there. Everybody in the comments, we want two things today. Do you live in a blue zone? And if you do, are you living longer? Number two, are you intermittent fasting? Are you losing weight with it? And do you find it helpful?
Aaron and I also have a GoFundMe to help us get tickets to a blue zone so we can see if it really is worth moving to. So please donate. I'm kidding. Don't give me your money.
If we get 10,000 likes on this video, we're going to go to a blue zone next week. Have a nice night, everybody.
And you get to pick. Top comment gets to pick the blue zone.